G'day guys, welcome to Tuesday night in the man cave. Hope everybody had a beauty of a week. Yes, a beauty of a week. So what we've got going on in this video is those three mad bastards on Postie bikes, which went all the way from Melbourne to Perth. That's from one side of Australia to the other side of Australia. And if you don't know how big Australia is, check it out. It's bloody huge. Anyway, they made it to Perth, and they dropped me a video of them being at Perth. So I actually filmed that off the iPhone because I didn't know how to download the bloody thing. Alright, so right, I have a bit of a chat with you guys about washing your bike while I wash my bike. I go and get a haircut, bring you guys along and buy some juice at a place where you can do both of them all in the same place. We do a bit more work on the wood stove, and I tell you what, now the wood stove is starting to look like a wood stove. It's not a wood stove, I did it again. It's a wood heater. We get a new sticker for the sticker board over in the stable. After doing all that buffeting test with the Dr650, not with the Cruiser, I make a few modifications to that screen, and I'll show you that. And then we might even chat about that bloody torque wrench at the end of it. Cool. All right, let's check out the mad bastards.
Hey Mark, just thought we'd give you a little update on for you and your viewers. So we made it to Perth. There she is. 4,223 k's later. A really sore bum. And a lot of road trains, yeah.
Bike's made it fine, no issue. Well, a few minor issues, but nothing serious that we couldn't overcome.
Yeah.
So we're all good.
Few brain farts along the way. But yeah, so keep you posted, and here's to the return trip. Keep on riding.
Well, there you go, guys. Bloody fantastic. If you mad bastards are watching this, bloody good on yous. All right. Let's go and wash a bike. G'day guys, how's it going? All right, gonna wash Max. He's got a bit bloody dirty from that trip that we did up to Cameron's Corner. And I thought I'd just do a bit of a video, ask you guys, how do you wash your bloody motorbike? What I normally do, just get the water on it. Look, I never take my bikes to the car wash and use the high pressure stuff. With the exception of that one time with the Postie bikes when we went up to Sea Lake and it got all that real muddy, you just couldn't get the stuff off without getting that high pressure on it. And they're Postie bikes. Not much you can bloody stuff up on those things. So what I normally do is just get the hose, sprinkle it all over, get it all wet. And then all I use is just simple bloody car wash there, whatever car wash. I mean, you could use dishwashing liquid if you wanted to. Get hot water, so just nice water, nice warm water, which is always good when it's bloody winter time, putting your hand into warm water. And yeah, I never normally have it on that really hard pressure one. Just have it off a little bit. Because I think the reason why you do that is, well, why I do it, is that hard pressure, or like the high pressure stuff, that's the stuff that gets in and it hits your little electrical stuff, and it slowly wears away at your the stickiness of stuff that wrap around bloody wires and all that stuff. And, you know, people talk about in chains, it can get through and into where all that nice grease should be living. Now, another question is, do you leave your key in the ignition or not? So if we look down here, so normally you'd have your key sitting in there like that. Now, I don't know what's right or what's wrong. But I always take my key out when I'm washing it. Interested to know what you guys think. Rightio. So, now that's another thing. I use one of those Duvlakis, the exhaust pipe Duvlaki. It's a Duvlaki. Well, I'll put that in there so when you're going around spraying, that you don't shoot all the water up your bloody exhaust pipe. Now, with this, I've got a stain tune exhaust, so it's all stainless steel. So getting water down there, you know, sitting down the bottom, shouldn't be really an issue because it shouldn't rust. But if you've got a normal steel one, and normally what you do is you wash your bike after a ride and you put it away, and it might sit there for a week, it might sit there for 2 weeks. And if you've got water down there, it's going to sit there and it'll rust. So I think that's the whole idea of running one of these things. Once she's all pretty rinsed off, I'm going to do the underguards now. I've talked about putting that SC1 spraying it underneath there, and it makes the job of cleanup come off. I'm going to try and position one of these cameras up under the guards and then give it a squirt and just see if I can show you what it does without killing one of the cameras. Rightio guys, I hopefully got you there. Let's see if we can do this. Now I don't know if that's shown up, but can you see that that has just, all that, yeah, you can see all that stuff has just come straight off without actually rubbing it. Bloody fantastic! Rightio, so now it's just a matter of rubbing Max all over. That's all you basically do, you just rub it over, rinse it off, and hey presto, she's done. Now another question is, do you clean and re-oil your chain before you wash it or after you wash it? I don't know what the best way of doing it is, but my way is I always wash the bike, then I will clean the chain and lube it, because basically any little bits of stuff that you get over normally can just wash off. Actually guys, another good reason, instead of going to the car wash and you're spraying it like that, you know, just washing it like this, using your hand over stuff, you're getting down and you're kind of like seeing stuff. So if there's a problem or something loose or something not quite right on your bike, you're more than likely to pick it up while, you know, physically touching it, getting down close and, you know, seeing it, instead of standing back and just spraying and all that. You know what I'm talking about? Cool. Alright, I think that's enough bullshitting on, guys. Back to the man cave. Oh, let's go and get a haircut. Rightio guys, so got to go and get a bit of a haircut, and I've got to get some juice for my little non-smoking vape bloody machine thing. There's only one place in Bendigo that you can get a haircut and get some juice, and I'm bringing you with me. Rightio guys, and that's the place there. The barber shop, Matheson's, and we sell e-cigarettes. G'day Rob.
There you go.
All right. Where's the big fella?
Oh, he's out there hiding in the corner.
How's it going?
There he is. Didn't expect me to have a camera, did you?
Legal footage for Tuesday night mango.
That's it.
How you doing?
Rightio, so I said this is the only place that you can get e-juice and a haircut. And of course, when you're going to get a haircut, you go to a place that has a motorcycle in the window. I mean, what self-respecting motorcyclist would get their haircut anywhere but? Check that out. Is that a bloody beauty or what? So what's that? 1948 Triumph Tiger 100. I only know that because it's actually written on the fender sign. So is that yours, Rob?
Yep.
You're a bloody lucky bugger. How often do you get out on that thing?
Doesn't go yet.
It doesn't go yet?
That's the 10-year project, that one.
Ah,
Engine
right.
was fully recode, no electrics.
Yeah.
So I've just got to put all the electrics back on it, and pointless ignition, and modernise it a little bit, just because I want to ride it every day, just as an everyday bike.
Yeah.
Looking for concourse or anything.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Cool, all right, I better get in the chair.
Yeah, get in the chair.
Right.
You trusting my filming?
Hey?
You trusting my filming?
Look out, it's going to be a ride.
All you bloody mud chuckers are the same, aren't you?
Mud chuckers.
So we're looking for a bit of a blowout. A few curls put in there.
And a collar?
I'll be thrown out of this place in a minute.
Yep.
Rob's old school. Rightio, there you go, guys. What do I look like? Do I look all right? That was the first Rob bloody trimmed me beard. I've never had someone bloody trim me beard before. That was crazy. That was an experience. I see. So that's Rob's bike over there. This is Alistair's over here.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Yeah. It's a bit too powerful for me.
Yep, that's it. All right, so I've got me e-juice. Got me haircut. We're all good. Back to the man cave. It's a chicken. Let's go and do the bloody wood heater, all right? Rightio, guys, so let's get stuck into doing the next step on this wood heater. So what we're going to do is put some legs on it. So I'm going to go with 3 legs because I'm not a skilled craftsman, and if I was to do 4, you need to be pretty precise to get it to be nice and stable. So doing the 3 like a tripod, it doesn't matter if it's uneven, it'll just find its little spot and it'll sit there and not be wonky. Now, before we get into that, I just wanted to give a shout out to Boots. That's the username on YouTube. After yesterday doing this, not yesterday, did I say yesterday? Last week doing the ashtray thing. So that just slides in and out like that. But sometimes when you're getting it, it can get a bit funny. Now he must have noticed it. What he told me to do was to round off these edges here, and that should alleviate that problem or help it slide better. So I'm going to do that now and we're going to see how it works. Cool. Rightio, guys, look at that. Try and put it on an angle. Just makes you want to go, yeah, just it. Bloody love it. Well, there you go. Thanks heaps for that Boots. That was a ripper tip. Now, so what we've got to do is get these legs on. I'm going to have 2 at the front and 1 at the back. Now, if you look at this, I've tried to make this as, oh, that's not even level, is it? That should be, that's there is about level. As you can see, my ashtray is a little bit off. But hey, look, it's for me, it's my backyard, so it doesn't matter. So what I'm planning on doing is basically doing that. Just it's gonna. Oh, about there most probably. So that's going to sit on there and it will come out like that. I think that should be it. And then another one over there and then 1 off the back. That's my plan. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do any special cuts on the ends. I'm just going to stick it on there, weld it, and then I shall worry about cutting that end, and it'll be like a cross cut to make it sit level on the ground. That's most probably the arse around end of doing that. You most probably should cut the other end, but just for my little brain, I just want to get those on there, see if it sits there, and then I'll just chop those angle off those edges so that it plants firmly. Cool. So I've got to do a bit of cleanup and then we'll get into welding them on. Rightio guys, so making use of one of the man cave boxes.
I've just bloody shoved it in there so it holds it fairly steady. So that's where the legs are going to go, the front ones, and then the one at the rear. So that has all been cleaned up. These ends have all been cleaned up. So now all I've got to do, whack it on there like that, tack them on, and then weld them fully on. Rightio, a bit of this splatter stuff on there. Short lookers, welder on, helmet on, gloves on, grab a pole. We might do this back one. Oops, fan on. Fan, how do I get through? Excuse me guys, I've got to get through. Fan on. One, two, one more to go. Beautiful. Looks like a tripod to me. Oh God, you guys are always getting in the bloody way. Alright, so we just try this. I think it might work. Beautiful. So I'll continue, come back to you when it's all welded up. Beauty. Rightio guys, so the joys of heating metal up is that sometimes things start to warp, and I couldn't get that off. I had to bang it off with a bloody hammer. So it's quite stiff, which is what I said when everything heated up, it was most probably going to do something like that. So I just got a screwdriver and just lifted these up a little bit. So it's a bit stiff at the moment. I'm going to leave it stiff because once everything heats up, then I'll do the final adjustment on that. But the bloody legs are on. I'll give you a close-up look at the welds. I reckon I've done pretty good. Rightio, so here's me welds. I go around. I reckon they are starting to look better. Not me just thinking that, is it? Look at that. I definitely think I'm getting better. Cool, if someone's going to believe in you, it better be yourself. Alright, let's sit this up and see what it looks like. Rightio guys, let's get it up. Ah! Oh my God. Oh, I've got to sit back and have a look at that. Oh, that is as cool as shit to me. Even if it's not a bloody working heater, that's a sculpture. Look at that. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that I went with the shorter legs. That all works. The ashtray works. Beautiful. So I still got to put a handle on there. Got to put that rope stuff around there. I've got to actually put a grill in there, and got to cut a hole in there with a big, I'm thinking a 4-inch stovepipe coming out, metal one. I think I'm going to have to buy one. I've been to the recovery yard quite a few times and I just haven't found anything yet, so I might have to go to the metal yard and buy one for that. Cool, I'll give you a look in there. So here we go, bit of a close-up of it. Little closey things work. Ugh. Well, there you go, closed, open up the door, down in there, open up let all the stuff come out, put it back in, closed up. bloody brilliant. So I've still got to fill that hole there, and I've got to run that copper pipe breather hole duvalacky thing. Rightio guys, that's it. Until next week, back to the man cave. Was that advertising? Yes it was. Was it sponsored? No it wasn't. Just had some friends drop in from up that way and they gave me a sticker. Cool. Alright, let's go get that sticker on the sticker board over at the stables. Rightio guys, so we've got another sticker for the man cave. We've had a bit of a dry spell. Now, here's the sticker. So it's Mammut Team. It's a small group of riders. Short lookers on. Hi Mark and Nay, hope all is well. Thought it would be a good idea to send you a sticker of our group, the Mammut Team. We're a couple of friends with relatively big bikes. GS 1200, GS 800, Africa Twin 750, Tenere 660. They gather around and go out and ride as often as possible. I believe this is your first one sticker from Portugal. And yes, it is. At least I hope so. Started watching your videos with the DR650 series and never stopped ever since. Have watched them all, learned a couple of things and had a good laugh watching you too. Keep those vids coming, keep that good mood and keep on riding, and if you ain't riding, keep on keeping on. Cheers, Jao. Jao? Here is, I had to look it up, there you go. Apparently in English that's John. PS, writing it in big letters so you wouldn't have to use your goggles. Cool, and I still put the bloody things on. Alright, let's go and find Portugal and whack this sticker up. Rightio guys, so I have put the sticker down here. Mammut Team, that's a cool looking sticker. And come back out, so Portugal is up. Oh, I think I've got it, look at that, straight onto it. That's Portugal right there in the green. Bloody fantastic, Joel. I most probably got that wrong. You know I'm a stupid bloody Aussie. Alright, back to the man cave. Rightio guys, time for a bit of DR650 modification. Rightio guys, so this is, I'm coming off the video that you would have seen previously maybe about the wind buffering the screen. So I started making some changes. This is to the DR650. So that's the front end of the DR. That's where the light goes, obviously. That is the windscreens for bikes, windscreen for a DR650, which is what I've always had. That would normally sit on there like that. So no gap. You just have a tiny little bloody nut that would go through there, bolt her on, and that was it. I then changed it so that I had, this is just PVC pipe. I don't know what diameter is, it's only just small stuff. I made up little things which I then put in between there like that, and that was to bring that screen up a little bit like that. But now, since I've now taken off the dash and that whole idea of having that air coming through, what I've now done is I've actually increased. So I'm going from basically from that to that size, and on the bottom, which there was nothing, I didn't have anything, that was flushed down. So the bottom is now going to be brought out by that much. Cool. I just wanted to show you that before I'll show you the end product. I'm just about ready to spray paint these black, and then I'll hook it all up, and then I'll show you what it's like when it's on the bike. Actually, I'll show you what I've done too. I just had Max out here because I was just checking the profile. I was just trying to work out whether it was looking stupid with what I'd done. Because I don't have that the dash thing anymore, I've now had to mount these. So I've mounted them just on there. So it's just dual lock, double, you know, that bloody Velcro stuff. So it's not as the best looking sitting out there. It will be easier to read it, that's for sure. being right there, but we'll see how I like it. Cool. Oh, while we're here, there you go, that's the other end of that's under the hood. Rightio guys, so I've got those black things painted up. They're not actually fully dry yet, but hey, I don't care. So that's it, that's now on there. That's the profile, so there's quite a big gap now through that. Oh, there you go, you can see it there. All right, let's whack it on the bike and then I'll show you. Rightio guys, so here we go. We've got the screen on. So I can already tell that it's actually given me a little bit more space. But look at that, look how much aeration. We'll call that aeration coming through there. Now for the profile, I don't think it looks too bad now, especially now that I painted those things black, because those little poles there were all white and it was really making it hard to judge if it looked alright, but yeah, I think that's alright. From the front it pretty much just looks normal. It's only from the side that it has that more jutted out look. But yeah, I reckon that's the deal. I'm going to run with that for the moment. I'll just see how it goes. I don't think I'm going to have a problem. Obviously, having that airflow is what I need. Cool, back to Man Cave Tuesday. Rightio guys, so now I wanted to have a quick bloody chat about this torque wrench. A lot of comments, a lot of advice, good advice, but it's... I want to throw this in the bin. I want to cut it open. I want to do a video that says what's inside a torque wrench. I'll explain why. All right, but first, what I've got to do, so I should read the instructions. People have told me over and over, Mark, you should read the bloody instructions. But I very rarely do. All right, so I kind of like gave a brief instruction on what I was doing, but as you guys know, I'm no expert at anything, and you're just watching me. You're not really, you're learning what not to do when you watch my stuff. Or it gives you, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. All right, so I did say I didn't know what these were for. So obviously here we have all the Newton meters. On the other side it's foot pounds, just depending on which way you want to do it. So you would just wind this up. So if I wanted to do 110 Newton meters, which is the rear axle, I would wind this all the way, Jesus, all the way, wind, 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 bloody hell, all the way up. I'm not going all the way up, I'm not going to waste your time. And then, so on this read here, like get this to go round, you'd set your 0 to the whatever line you wanted to. But then if you wanted like something like 110.5 Newton meters, you would then use these. So instead of being on the 0, you would then wind this so that it would go around. Man, that's bloody, I don't remember that being that tight. So that's what those things were for. But the other comments were, and there was one, you know, some people get a bit silly and they say, you know, there was one guy, I can't remember who it was, something about a Ferrari. No worries, when I don't use the torque wrench, or I do use the torque wrench the wrong way or something. No, it's because I was saying you don't really need a torque wrench. And he said, yeah, no worries, when I do up me wheel nuts on me Ferrari without a torque wrench and the all goes wrong, I'll bring it around to you to fix it up. That just sounds pretty bloody silly to me. I have never used a torque wrench, and I don't think many people would. Maybe on a Ferrari. If you've got a Ferrari, I don't think you're doing it yourself if you've got a Ferrari, if you're on a Ferrari, unless you're an enthusiast. All right, I'm shutting up. So there you go. That was that little thing there. Now, people said, God, people said, I should have worked out what I was going to say. Do not undo tight wheel nuts with the torque wrench. It's actually bad for it. And I went, really? Then I read the instructions and I went, oh shit, really? Another thing people said, when you store this, back it off to 0. Because there's a spring mechanism and it's all calibrated and it's whatever, and if you're keeping it under pressure, that's a bad thing because it's going to mess with it. So taking all the pressure off it leaves it in its natural state. I just want to read out a few things.
really pissed me off. I mean, that's the way that it works. I'm working on a Dr650 and motorbikes, and you know, I'm not doing it on helicopters or aeroplanes or bloody Ferraris, for that matter. But this is when you read the warning. This is bloody on here. The torque wrench is used for use with right hand threads only. This unit is not to be used to loosen tight bolts or nuts. The reverse function on the head is merely used to undo loose bolts or nuts. Any excess force in reverse will affect the calibration. Always return to the base setting before storing. Why the bloody hell put it on there? I mean, we're obviously going to use our normal spanner to do it, and then we're going to check that. Why do we need a reverse thing on there? You're making people like me use it the wrong way. There's no reason to have it. You get your other tool to back it off if you have to, then you retest it. I mean, that's just stupid. Alright, hang on. Before the first use or after the unit has not been used for a long period, it is important to set the unit to a high torque or activate the torque head 5 to 10 times to ensure internal parts are free and lubricated. This can be achieved by holding a nut in a vise and applying torque to it until the click is heard. Once the click is heard, stop applying tension immediately. Failure to do so may damage your job. Alright, 3. Before setting the torque value, check to see if the torque wrench is in the unlock mode. So, I'm ready to use this, but I've got to go and calibrate, and I'm a dumb shit. Do I really, at the end of the day, do I know if this is going to do it right or not? I haven't finished. The torque wrench has been, actually I'm going to go from that one because this elaborates a little bit more. Down here, just under where Willie signed that he calibrated it, the torque wrench has been calibrated and tested to an accuracy to within blah blah blah. In order to ensure it maintains this accuracy, recalibration every 1,000 cycles of use or every 12 months by a qualified technician is recommended. How long's this been sitting in the shop for? 12 months? Do I need to go get a qualified? I don't even know. Is there a place? There's got to be a place. I'm being a bit over dramatic here, but there's someone that obviously does that. I don't know where it is. I've never heard of it. What's your job? What do you do? Oh, I'm a torque wrench calibration. I stand by saying that you don't need a torque wrench. Hate me or you bloody rocket scientists. I know there's a use for torque wrenches, and if it's aeroplanes and it's helicopters or things that are, that do need a bit of thing. A Dr650 or a Postie bike, even my bloody cruiser, that C50, I done the side plate and I didn't use any torque wrenches, and everything's functioning right. You know, maybe I'm gambling. Or, maybe something, maybe a wheel will fall off one day, and then you guys can say, "There you go, Mark. I told you so. You should have used your torque wrench." All right, that's it. I'm shutting up. That's my bloody rant. All right, guys, keep on riding. If you ain't riding, just keep on keeping on.